Hello everyone, welcome in to the stream. It's lovely to see you all here. It's just a solo stream, it's just me today. The camera's zoomed in, there's no one here, there's no one there, and it's just me today. It's Father's Day, happy Father's Day to all of the parents, guardians, whoever is the father figure in your life. Happy Father's Day to you. That's where Rosie and Nico are today. They're off to see the family. Thank you, Jez, much appreciated, much appreciated. I couldn't really think of any father-related games that I'd want to play as a little one-off, so after Rosie was talking about the Stanley Parable so much on the last stream, Octopath Traveler, I was like, I want to play that. I want to play it again. So I've loaded it in. I've deleted my save file, so we're starting a brand new from-scratch start today. It's even asking me what the time is right now. That's how fresh and new this is. The father figure in my life, ask me if that's the father figure. I mean, hopefully they know they're the father figure. I don't think you could just call people the father figure in your life, I suppose. I don't really know the rules. But anyway, the Stanley Parable, it's a great game. It's a fantastic game. The sound's going to be on loud because, the volume. Thank you as well for the bits, Miss Dorney. Because the narrator is part of the game. You need to hear it. This isn't something you can have low down muted. The game is nothing without the narrator, and you'll understand that if you've never seen it before when I start playing, because it's just brilliant little game. And there's so many choices, so many different paths to take, and it's just fun uncovering them all. This is the Ultra Deluxe version that came out a couple of years ago, so I'm going to cough, hang on. Excuse me. The Ultra Deluxe Edition, so it's got lots of extra content in there. So it's got the old main game in there and all, but it's also got all the extra stuff in there and things like that. So, so yeah, this is the PC version, I must say as well. I don't own the Ultra Deluxe on PlayStation, so I'm playing my PC version of it. It was a bit hard to delete my save file because I put many hours into this game, but I was like, you know what, for the stream I'll do it. It'll be fun to explore it all again. This is a story about a man named Stanley. Says at Kemposaurus Rex. It's the narrator is just phenomenal, and they know he's phenomenal as well because all the marketing material also has all of his voice doing all the marketing for it, all the narration over the trailers, everything. It's perfect. So I'm gonna say hello quickly to everyone. We've got Bandit first time. I saw you in there, Bandit. I loaded up StreamerBot earlier, and it tells me everyone who's in the chat. And I was like, "There's Bandit. He's hovering over that first. He must get in there." Hope you're doing well, Bandit. Hope you're doing well. Crazy Murdov got third and second. You didn't even save it for someone else. How rude. I need more chicken nuggets. Hello to you. Crazy Murdov. Kira's in the chat. Chocolate Breeder. Lunan's Atlas. Illusion. Demas Clay. Archduke of Prussia. Thank you so much. Rebel Stormtrooper. That's really kind of you. Welcome in. Cheers for the subs and the bits. I'll add them to the book in a moment. Hype Train started as well. Oh, another one's just come from GY Goliath. Thank you so much. Really kind. I haven't actually got the stream overlay in front of me, so I may not, if I don't hear them, I may not acknowledge them, and I do apologise, but I'll go through the events log afterwards to make sure everyone goes in the book, at least. Who else we got? We've got Miss Dorney, we've got Kemposaurus Rex, Diddly-Doo, hello to you. Costume Womble, hello to you. Richie as well, nice to see you, Richie. Jers, Leader Crash Bandicoot, one of our wonderful mods, thank you for being here. We got Jeeton, hello to you, Jeeton. Enceladus, hello. I think Insomniac Aaron at the bottom there, hello Insomniac Aaron. Monkey Boy, hello Monkey Boy, lovely to see you as well. Andy Sloan getting in there as well at the end, so let me just quickly add some people into the book because otherwise I may forget them, which is not ideal. So we've got Jers, we've got Rebel Stormtrooper, missing out the O though. I'm guessing Rebel Stormtrooper was already taken, so you're like, I'm going to have that one instead. Let's see if I can read my writing later. That's the real challenge of the Book of Eternity. We've got GY Goliath as well. And then we had Miss Dorney for some bits. Thank you. I do have the book here, obviously, next to me as I'm running into. But I'm on my own today, so I may miss certain things, and I do apologise in advance. It's tough doing it on your own. It's tough. Kira's getting into the chat as well. Well. Look who decided to show up this time. Yes, there was a very spontaneous last-minute stream, I believe, yesterday. I wasn't around for it either. I was at a birthday party, so Yeah, so hopefully you've managed to tune in and watch that. If not, I'm sure the VOD is below, so you can watch that. It was Rosie playing Mass Effect 3 because she wanted to play it. We really want to progress that series. Obviously, she couldn't do it today, so I believe she decided to, like, I'm free right now. Let's do it. Let's do a couple hours right now. Let's get some in. And it was a really, really big mission. A mission I wanted to see. Unfortunately, I missed, so I'm going to have to watch the VOD myself. I'm not going to say what happened to it, but it was to do with the Quarians. So if you've played Mass Effect 3, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think we'll crack on with the game because it's a good game and I want you all to see it. Thank you, Miss Dorney, for more bits. I will go over quickly the Book of Eternityyy, though, not the whole spiel thing with the extra scene, because it's just me. And it's just me, and I'll have to move my chair. But this is the Book of Eternityyy right here, this wonderful thing. Everyone who gives us bits, subs, donates either through PayPal or Throne, or raids into us and shares your wonderful audience with us, we'll go into this wonderful book. And it's just an extra way of saying thank you at the end of the stream to everyone who kind of supports us that way. But as always, the biggest thing you can do is watch these streams. Lee's doing the on-stream celebration. Oh god, I hate that. I absolutely hate that, Lee. I mean, thank you for the bits, but I saw they become active, and we haven't looked at them yet at all. So they're very cheap at the moment. So this is your chance. If you wanted to see some cheap, then that's how you do it. That was not fun. Girl on fire, thank you. Also, as you can see, there's no alert for them yet or anything like that. They literally just activated them without little warning. So Nico hasn't had a chance to kind of delve in and see if he can add like a BuddyGames flair to it. So I may not even see it, in all honesty, because I'm not looking at the stream. So I may not even see if there's bouncing emotes all over the screen. But yeah, they're there. They're there. You can use them. But you may not get much acknowledgement out of me because I may not see them. Anyway, let's jump into the game. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you all on the next scene. I don't know why I keep on saying that. It's really weird. Here we go. And there we go. As you can see, brand new game from the start. It's asking me what the time is. I need to actually click on the game, though, so I can activate it. There we go. So it is. Is this 24-hour clock? No, it's PM and that one. So it's 1. No, I've gone the wrong way now, haven't I? So I'm good at games, all right, guys? I'm good at games. 1:07, that's the time. And we shall begin. There is a voice, don't worry. It's just the beginning. Before I get started, can I just say something? When I first asked you to input the time, you said 12. No, I didn't. I said 1:07. And I'll be honest, I was disappointed. It could have taken 10 seconds to input the correct time. No, you simply... I did. I put in the correct time. I did. You saw me do it. Oh, okay. This time when you booted... Oh, okay. I've reset the game since. This time when you booted up the game, you entered 1:07, the actual time. I see that you are taking this seriously. I must have actually been 12 when you first played it. Exactly. I wasn't lying to you. It probably was around 12, in honesty, when I first kind of booted this up. It was very silly of me to get mad at you for that. I apologise. No worries, game. Tell you what, by way of apology, I'll make you a deal. Next time you boot up the game and you see the screen, just set the clock to your favourite time. Go ahead, pick whatever number you like, even if it's not the correct time. I'll let one slide just for you. How's that sound? That sounds good. Glad we're on the same page. All right, let's get back to the video game now. Hopefully you can hear it, by the way. Can you hear this rustle and bustle behind? Can you hear the phone ringing? I just want to make sure everyone can actually hear something. Oh, thank you. There we go. Cheers, Sengui. This is what I mean when I'm not. Oh, and Lee, thank you very much. And Kira's being rude as always, so very kind, very kind. See, what we usually do with BuddyGames is because we're playing through a PlayStation 5, we're looking at OBS the whole time, so we can see exactly what you see, so we know if something's wrong, and we can fix it. Apart from muting, that seems to be one that gets missed quite a lot. Thank you, Lorraine. Really kind of you. Thank you so much for the sub. And I've got Girl on Fire. I've got Girl on Fire. That's good. We're all good there. You can hear it, so that's good sound. Cool. I'll probably fall asleep during the stream. Hez, that's really rude. Really rude, Hez. I thought we were coming off to being beautiful friends, and now you're just being sad. Oh my god, look at the size of that emote. How did that happen? I don't know what. Seriously, Twitch just introduced all these things with like no warning for the actual streamers. It's like we've unloaded loads of stuff. You have literally an evening to sort it out. If you don't sort it out, it's what it is. It's default, everyone. Crikey. Well, here we go. This is going to be a disaster stream. Let's begin the game, shall we? Lots of new stuff. Woo! Oh, God, look at the state of that as well. Do you actually like these things? Chat, it's a good question for you. Do you actually like this stuff? All the things flying across the screen, the big emotes in the chat, the highlighted, flashy thing that Lee's just unlocked there. Because I personally can't stand any of that stuff. But, you know, if you like it, then that's fine. It's, you guys are in the chat. You guys are using it. Phone people can't see anything. Oh, dear. They're segregating the phone people again, aren't they, Kira? They always do that. And you have to pay more for everything. Okay, well, anyone who's on PC right now is seeing a riot in the chat right now. Anyway, start the game. We're playing. Let's go. The end is never the end. The end is never the end. The end is loading.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley was happy. Let me know if things are too loud.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Do we do it? Do we do it? So the good thing about this game as well is there's lots of cool things. Like if you exit the game and come back, different things will happen. Things that the intro will be slightly different. There's loads of stuff. You're basically just doing the same thing on repeat over and over again, trying to find different ways of doing it, basically. And that is investigating where everyone's gone. So yeah, you can't interrupt stuff. You can't pick things up. There's no jump button. There is a crouch though, so you can just crouch next to things. So there's the office. So I am playing this with a controller. I've never done it with a controller before, so it's a little bit sensitive. So I'm sorry if I'll try and keep things as smooth as possible, but it's not always possible.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So yes, no back seating, please, from the chat. So you guys that have played this before, I'm hoping there's people in the chat that haven't played this and just want to see it for the first time.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Because I've played it a lot, so I know a lot of the secrets, especially this one over here, which this one here, as I've just done, which I'm not going to do right now. But I've played it lots. But we're just gonna play the story for now for the first run. We're just gonna do what he says, do what the narrator says, and to see what happens. Very empty office, isn't it? Just turn that off. Why not? The time is not correct at all. Not even slightly. Very mysterious music. Right, here we go. First decision, everyone.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I will ask chat later as well, by the way, of certain decisions. Right now, we're just going to do a single playthrough. We're going to follow the narrator's instructions. We're just going to get to the end, because I feel that's a good decision. And to see how wild.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Maybe. There you go. Tip. There you go. Anyone in an office environment, this is how you deal with things. So you can pause it there, clip it, whatever you need to do. That will help you out a lot, I'm sure, in the real world.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
It's really fun as well when you go upstairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, if you just follow the instructions, the game's very short, nice and simple.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Hello, TRG as well, and I also saw Classic Sam come into chat. Hello to both of you, lovely to see you. Just going to follow the story. It's very dark, very scary. Liam was hoping...
Descending deeper into the building,
I'll read that in a minute.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh dear. Yeah, so it's really fun, by the way. Obviously, the first run, you just do it normally. You just follow the instructions, see where it takes you. But then it's just to mess with the narrator as much as you possibly can. Just to see what you can get away with.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Wonder what's down that way. And as you can probably tell,
rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
I did think
that. Did he
that.
have the strength to find out?
So as you can probably tell, this is the same engine as Portal. Hence why it looks exactly like Portal. Yeah! And above average Andrew, thank you so much. I'll just put you in there, average Andrew. Thank you so much for the sub, really kind. I can't think of anything creative to say. That's fine. Let's just push this button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I like that sound. I like that sound. Right. Let's progress. Let's progress. I need to hydrate. Okay, I will hydrate. I promise.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life, for he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Everything's offline. And we'll just go through. We'll go through to facility power and just turn it all off. Well, that's a nice area though, isn't it? I kind of want that for my house. Just spinning around forever. There is something to do in here, but I can't remember how to do it. Mind controls, idle, waiting input. Oh, I forgot to turn all those things off. So, Hez. Oh, whoa. There you go. That's a Crash Bandicoot impression. And Costume Wumble. That's a Stars impression for you. Right,
when
system
at last
power.
he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
We want to turn it off. And story complete, everyone. We've done it. We've completed the Stanley Parable, everyone. It's as easy as that. It's a baby's game.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
It's a baby's game.
He had won.
It's a baby's game.
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Lovely day. Look at this. Look at this beautiful game. It's like Oblivion.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley was happy, everyone. There you go. Well, thanks everyone for watching today. It's been lovely to see you all. This reminds me of The Truman Show. So, there's a film, talking about films, called Stranger Than Fiction. It's got Will Ferrell in it, and I think it's before the Stanley Parable came out, but my God, it is similar. Not in terms of story, he's not trying to escape an office, but it's about a man who suddenly has his life narrated for him as he goes about his daily life. So yeah, it's a really good film, Stranger Than Fiction. I think everyone should go and find it, go and watch it. And Will Ferrell, he's great. We all like Will Ferrell, I believe. I believe. Neil G Gaming, welcome in. Don't worry, people aren't really leaving. It was a joke. We're continuing the game. We're back in the office, everyone. We're back here. We're doing it again. Now, let's mess around with the narrator a little bit this time.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Just breeze through it.
What did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's see. Right. First decision.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We'll go to the right then.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Oh, it is nice. It is nice. Look at those lamps in the ceiling as well. I like how they turn them off during the day, because obviously you've got sunlight coming in, so you're saving energy.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Really worth it. Look at this. Look at this lovely picture as well, and some leaves. These lovely chair. I'd like to sit there.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Ouch. Cheers, narrator.
Perfect.
Cheers, Jez. I'll add you in. Well, we'll see what happens. Don't think there's anything else now that comes out of that room.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Do you reckon there's anything else? Just stay in the room. Stay in the room. See if there's anything else. There's a nice picture over there as well. What's that say? Number 1 dad. There you go, on Father's Day. Perfect. Perfect mug. I hate Mondays. And big value, I think that one says. But yeah, we'll carry on now. I don't think he's got anything else to say. Coffee nut. Thank you, Archduke, as well, for the bits. Let's add you in. Archduke. Much appreciated.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So there's already so many decisions just off the fact I went through the right door instead of the left door that I haven't taken. That's what I mean about multiple paths, multiple endings. And it's just really fun just to explore them all, just to see what you get. And even on that original run, we had another choice of going upstairs or downstairs, or there's the escape to the left-hand side, or there's turning on the mind control instead of turning it off. Loads of stuff.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay, we'll carry on. We'll carry on. I don't know where we're going now.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm just going to keep on doing it wrong. Keep on going.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood.
Always got
Stanley
control.
walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
We're going to go through it this time. Go through it. A whole new area.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
What do we reckon, guys? 1 to 5. 1 to 5. Spam the chat with numbers that are 1 to 5, not just, 67 or something. 5, 6. Thank you, Kira. 4, 4, 2. We've got two fours. Three, another 5, another 3 coming in, another 5. Lots of 2s. 2 2s. I'm seeing 5s. We're going 5s.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
The Stanley Parable World Leaderboards. This is what we wanted. Look at that. Good old Neil. 2 seconds he's done the game in. That's pretty impressive. All of these are pretty impressive. I was just jumping right now to the end. And where am I? Where am I? I am 7 hours and 37 minutes in, apparently. You are ranked 9,328 out of 9,328 players worldwide. I am bottom. Bottom. Right, let's go through the third door again then, shall we? We like the third door.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Okay, well, Lee really wanted 2, so I'm going to go with 2 this time.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Of course
Perfect.
not.
Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
It's a baby's
I
game.
think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
Of course.
So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to
Oh my
make sure
God.
it's effective?
I wonder
Be
if-
sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh my god, that's so loud. Hang on, sorry guys. Oh, let's turn that right down. Oh, that is obnoxiously loud. Whew, that was really loud in my headphones. I wonder if someone out there has played it for 4 hours. I'm not going to do that because this is ridiculous, and they know it's ridiculous. People have done this for 4 hours. Oh my god. Yeah, we're going to let it burn because this sucks, this game. All right, bye, baby.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if
Bye,
it's the
Kirby.
latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm
Thanks
completely
for
out of
coming in.
ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
We're playing Firewatch.
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley?
Yes.
What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley, and it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Let's go. So, this is the Ultra Deluxe Edition. In the original one, the game, the secret game in it was Minecraft. I didn't know Firewatch was in this one, which is quite interesting. You basically get to play Minecraft for a bit. I can't believe the developers let them do this as well. That's really kind of them. Really cool. Let's go.
No, it can't be.
Can't be what? Let's go on a bit of an adventure.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Oh, oh no.
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
What are we going to play next? Yes.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big
we're
box
just
for you
playing
to
it.
run around.
We're not even a
There
car.
isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
We're not even a car playing Rocket League.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
What, I've just got to play it myself? This is ridiculous. Right, well, I'm going to score this goal.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought, and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh my god. Am I just stuck in this world now? I don't have to score them all, do I? That'd be silly. Let's just get this one in. Oh, that one's going to go in by itself. Go on. Go on.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun?
No.
Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best.
He's so
Take
angry.
care, Stanley.
And that's, I think, ending number 2. I think hopefully it will just fade to black in a minute. I'm not just stuck in this world forever. Maybe I'll just go into the goal.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Oh! Actually found a way out.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Well, where do we go now? It pushed me in this direction, but... Oh, I just fell off again. We're in like an old abandoned version of the game. Okay, that one's locked. Hopefully it's quite light for you. We've got that filter on. Hydrate, thank you. I just had a sip. I'll have another one in a bit though, I promise. We're in like a old alpha build of the game. Oh, this is the 2 doors. Literally the 2 doors. So if we go back here, this might actually lead to my desk. There's a light on. There's a light on. Just one singular light. That proves to me. And there it is. There's my room. There's nothing in it to do. Okay, I don't feel it's the right way then, so we'll carry on going this way then. Oh. Just faded to squint black.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Very dark ending.
I can wait.
It's just a black screen. I can't do anything. A new game, everyone. Oh, thank you, TRG. Right, so where should we go this time? We should go. I think we should follow his story, and then when we come to the stairs, we'll go downstairs instead of upstairs this time.
All of his co-workers were gone.
There's also something as well.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's these computers that
No
are
matter
on.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
You can turn them off, and there's other ones which you can change to like loading or something. I've never really found out what to do with those. I haven't really looked online as well. I've wanted to always discover stuff for myself. Let's see if there's any here. There's one. Look, it's got this awaiting input. It's now got 1. If you can find all 5, then I imagine something happens at the end. I've never uncovered that one myself. New content. So this is because we're playing the Ultra Deluxe version. For anyone coming back to the game that has played hours of it, then that's where the new content is. We're not going to go in there just yet, though, because I want you to see more of the main game before we start exploring new content stuff. See what we got time for. We've still got an hour and 20-odd minutes, so we go longer as well, really, if we wanted to, if people are enjoying it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We'll just follow the instructions this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying. and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Oh, God. No, still here. Carry on.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Boop. Another weird ending.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Reese says, oh yes, downstairs is such a good one. Reese said that before I did it. Reese, you're sick. You're sick, Reese. Boop. Right, we're back in. We're back in. What a dark ending that was. So,
all of his co-workers were gone.
This is another ending. I'll show you.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We're going to try a different ending this time. No
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
This is another ending. I remember when people first started uncovering this one, thinking it was a glitch, because obviously there's no jump button and there's no kind of interact button or anything like that. But there is a way of getting onto this table. I think this table. Yes. And people thought, they found a way, because it's not, you know, it's kind of Skyrim kind of mechanics of getting on there. I've just got to figure out how to do it again. There we go. And you can actually go through this window. And people thought, I found a glitch, I found a hack. But the game got there first.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map
It's so clever.
until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Oh, it's
Okay,
lovely.
I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Just forever. Hez says, how much is it? I believe the deluxe edition, Ultra Deluxe, is £17. I would recommend getting that one over the original one, just because there's so much extra content in there already. And it's not that much more money. And I don't think you can buy it as an expansion pack. I think you just have to buy it on its own. So, yeah, I would recommend just picking up the Ultra Deluxe version if you are. And it's not Ultra Deluxe in, like, you know, like the typical kind of style where you got, like, Standard, Deluxe, Imperial, super epic, amazing bundle with just some extra skins or something. You know, the Ultra Deluxe is basically the expansion to this game. It's... and there's so much stuff, so much. I've played through most of it, and I haven't even scratched the surface, I don't think. Anyway, we'll just go yes this time. Yes. I can't do anything. I have to quit the game, I think. Okay, let's begin the game again.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
That's a new intro. New intro already. No computer on there. Ah, another one. And it's kept it from my original game as well. Another input. 2 out of 5 now. New content is so tempting. So tempted just to take a little peek. But we're not going to, because I want you to see more of the main game content first.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think we're going to try this one again, but this time we're going to go over the bridge instead of jumping off it.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ooh,
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
So that'll take us back to the stairs. We're not going to do that, so we're going to go this way.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So this time, we went
Look,
through
Stanley,
there last time.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Oh.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Oh, dear.
She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Oh.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man.
Oh, crikey. It's got dark again. It's gone dark again. Good morning, employee 427. Press B on your controller.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby.
We found that
and
one.
And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oh.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Ooh, I'm not going to do it. Oh, no, I'll do it.
You see?
Yeah.
Can he just not hear me? How can I
do it.
tell him in a way that he'll understand
I wanna
that
do
every
opposite what
second
he's
he
saying.
remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Oh my God, please
Stanley
die.
pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
There we go. There we go. That's another ending done. So where should we go next then? What should we do next? What should our next challenge be?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
We could try the escape
Stanley decided to
route.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Think of his Dawdy.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Any computers on? No computers on here. I can. Oh, there's one there. One there. No. Let's carry on. Oh, it's always tempting. Okay, we're gonna do the
When
escape
Stanley
run
came
this
to
time.
a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, actually, we'll go this way. We'll do a bit of a detour.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew
I
it
don't know how many
perfectly well.
endings there are, but
Perhaps he
I'm
wanted to
guessing
stop by the
lots.
employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, it's lovely.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business,
Right, this time we're gonna go
Stanley took the first
through the
open
detour.
door on his left.
Back on track again.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on
There's
track.
somewhere else. There's another place. We're going here then. Yes, another one. I don't know where this leads.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
We'll have to go left then.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Okay. Is this one opened again?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Through here. Oh, we're in here.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think there's more to this story. I don't think we've got to the end yet. Just need to find any computers. I really want to do... If I could figure that out today, I'll be quite happy with myself, but... I think there's one up in the manager's office as well. Oh.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I think we're going to go that way there. Where's this way go? Is that the same room as that one? Yes, it is. Okay, we're going to go through there. Does it all lead round? I reckon it all leads round, doesn't it? Let's get ourselves lost. Well and truly lost. Well and truly lost now.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Starting again. Hello, Chocolate Breeder. Welcome in. Lovely to see you. I appreciate you're not the best for first-person games, so don't feel you need to stick around if you can't hack it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ooh. Nothing on there, nothing on there. Let's go to the meeting room then. Ah.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Oh, Chocolate Breeder, apparently I've already said hello as well. Oh dear. That's my memory for you right there. Well, lovely to have you here still, regardless. Even if I've already told you that, I'm telling you again. We'll go back. We're going back. Back to the start. Maybe we can find the story.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay, we'll go back again then. Just trying to find that story. I'd like this one a lot. Oh god, it's got very dark and horrible around here. If it's the one I'm thinking of, this is one of my favourite ones of the original game. And Chocky said earlier as well, 19 original endings, and then the deluxe edition, Ultra Deluxe added 24 extra ones. So that's quite impressive, isn't it, for extra content?
Now this, well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Hi, Nico.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Hey!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Let's see if we can find... Yes, the Stanley Parable Adventure Line, everyone.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Perfect. Let's go. So I just need to find... I need to do the computers each time. You know it. Oh, that's new. We haven't gone that way before. Just make sure there's no computers on. Yeah, usually we go through there to find the story. So we're going somewhere new now. Can't turn that one off. We're playing a lovely game of solitaire. We'll just keep on following the line. Simple as that.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, Are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
There we go. Now we're adventuring the line.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. We'll study every single leaf. Thank you, Jez. Okay, on with the line.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Oh, no.
Made it here again.
Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
It's still there. The line's still there. Oh, he's given up. He's given up his narration now.
You know what, Stanley?
What?
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
All right. What's this?
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
Yeah, it's so
no
good.
lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Right. I've got to carry on following it. I like how it like crashed through the ceiling as well. And it's gone back up there now. All right, let's carry on going though. I really can't remember the ending of this one.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
I can't go any. I have to go right. Okay, here we go. Oh, the confusion ending we found.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
No.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
I mean, I don't like the end of this one.
In the meantime, if you...
I think I just died. I think I just got run over. I think we just got run over. Right. I'll be right back, guys. Just don't go anywhere. So I need to run away for a brief second. So yeah, be right back. Sorry. Which is the one? Where is it? Here we go. And... Whee! That was so pathetic.
Find a way in.
You know,
Just
I'm just saying.
That was my favourite part of this game so far. Yeah, it's not much of a problem.
That's a shame.
Yeah, that didn't work out as well.
I was hoping you go like, oh, or something.
I think that was just a glitch, because they usually do react better than that.
Okay, let's try it again then. I've never seen someone get killed by a banana. He had a potassium overdoses.
Wow.
Come on. Come on. You seeing this, chat? Come on! Up! Hit the button! Come on! Oh my days! What's he doing? Come on! Oh. What was that?
Here we go, guys. Hello, 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 hello. I'm back. Sorry about that. Hang on. Am I muted? I'm not muted. Yay. Right. Here we are. Sorry about that. So, there's one more ending which I definitely know of. And if you remember the first time we did this, when we were heading towards the mind control room, well, there's a couple more endings I know of, but there's one I'm going to do before we start doing the new content side of things. And that was escape. We were heading towards the mind control room, and there was like a board on the side with handwritten escape on it. So we're going to go for that one this time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's go into the next room. Always got to turn these off every single time, without fail. None in there. Didn't find any that time. I know there's one in... There's new content. We'll go in there. We'll delve in. So it's really cool when we go into that area, because we waited quite a long time for this new content. It was also delayed by quite a bit as well, which is fine. I'm okay with delays. And just remember that fact that we were waiting a long time for this new content when we eventually go in there.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Right, go upstairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, executive bathroom. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss suffered losses, then that's what the bosses chose. Ah, there we go. Don't know what else is in that room. So I believe this computer has one on it. Yes, here's another one. I've never done them all, though. I've never found them all. There's... What lift? Oh, this lift doesn't go anywhere. I know that. I know it for a fact. It gives you the illusion. I'll show you quickly while we're here. It gives you the illusion that it's moving. But you get in it and... but if we, as you can see, we haven't moved a fat inch. Would have been a great moment for me to run downstairs and swap place with Liam and pretend nothing was different. That would have been a fantastic moment, Richie. I would also question how you got access to my flat. But yeah, that would have been a brilliant moment. We might do that one day, just for lols, to see what happens. Right, let's go. Let's carry on. Let's go to the escape ending.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Can't remember the code.
What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have... Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Perfect. Let's find out, shall we?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Perfect.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
I have no
he
control
reflected
here.
that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
A new narrator is unlocked.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
We've got a full layout of it all before the first choice, which is there. The corridor. Then that's the double doors. I do like this area. It's like a little museum, a heaven museum. The computers. Oh, maybe there's a computer in here I can touch. Maybe. Let's just touch everything like a kid. Button sounds. Oh, it's just literally sounds. The office. The different environments and different doors. The credits of the game, everyone. So yeah, really cool. After this one, we will start doing the new content, because I haven't seen all of that as well, so there might be some nice, fun surprises as well. The maintenance room. Nice office environment. Wonder if that fern will make an appearance again. Lots of pictures as well. Yeah, it's a really cool little area, isn't it? Warzone? Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realised shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpret it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Well, there we go. Very Half-Life, isn't it? I mean, it's the Source engine, so everything's gonna look like Half-Life and Portal. What's in here? Oh, just emails. After the second trailer, we sent out and asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we initially planned for these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use of them. Here are the selection of those emails. These are real emails. I'm guessing this is the deluxe edition. How do you make the worst game ever? What's the difference between a duck and what? And what? How's the game going? I hope it's as good or better than the first one. That's a good one. These are nice emails, some of these. I thought they would be all the worst ones. Are you a rock? Anyway. We won't carry on with those. What's in here? Is this the phone? The famous phone. It is. And a countdown timer. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. That just resets. Oh, the apartment timer. Okay. These are all different choices, I'm guessing. Yeah, option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. There's a vent from the lounge. From the lounge, there's a vent. I did not know that. That's new. This is I don't know what this is meant to be. Zending model. Anyway, we'll progress. We'll progress. Can't do anything with these. The game is now paused. It does look like that. Right, let's get back. Let's get back on it. Oh, this way, this way, this way. No, I've got the wrong way, haven't I? Sorry. This way. This way? I've got myself lost. Right, we'll go... That's the exit. We'll go the exit. There we go. We're on it.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
And we'll turn it off. It's done. Stanley Parable's over.
Can you see?
Oh.
Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time...
I got scared. I did it. Oh, right. I survived. It's the only way to actually win the game is by quitting the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Just skipped. You win, says Monetary. Right, there we go. We'll start some new content now if we're allowed
All of
to.
his co-workers were gone.
Let's make sure there's no computers
what
on.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Another one.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Cheers, Carl, for popping in. Lovely to see you as always. Hope you're having a good Father's Day yourself, being a new dad. And see you again. Papa. Right. Can I? Yeah, new content. Here we go, everyone. So we've seen most of the main game content. I say most. There's 19 endings. I've already shown you about 5. Loads of extra stuff. But we'll start doing some new content now because I do enjoy it. And just a reminder, like I said, we had to wait a long time for this new content to arrive. And everyone was very excited to finally get some more Stanley Parable stuff as well. So here we go, everyone. New content.
New content? What does that mean, new content?
No, it's not my first time monitoring. I played this lots and lots and lots. I don't know how many hours I've clocked in it. Quite a lot. So this is the new content everyone wanted.
And thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
New
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
The game allows you to jump, everyone. Look. Crazy new content. Dan Law, sorry. Dan Law, welcome in. Lovely to see you. We're just learning about the new mechanics that the Ultra Deluxe edition has brought into the game. Still got 19 more jumps to go. Amazing stuff. People were dying for a jump button in the game, so they finally got it. That's it. They're done now. I can't jump anymore. That was everything. That was all the jumps. I've used them all up. It's so mad. I love it. Absolutely love it. New content, everyone. And now I can no longer jump.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Thank you, Citizen Insane. Citizen Insane. Thank you so much. Really kind. And Fernando, welcome in. Lovely to see you. Oh, new content, guys. That's what it used to look like. It's all new.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Let me see. What are you going to show me?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
I've only ever played this stuff once, and I haven't done nearly any of it, so there's still going to be lots of new things. I played the original Stanley Parable lots when it first came out, but the Ultra Deluxe I've only really just like sat down for maybe like 6 hours and played through it, maybe 4. There we go, everyone. Look at this. This is nice.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Buy on Steam. This was an old start page from when it opened. What everyone's saying. Good times. It's you in the office. Oh, lovely. It's very happy times. What's down there? Just more pictures. Oh, look. Oh, sorry, I just pressed the wrong button. British Academy of Film and Television. The Stanley Parable. The Audience Awards. Oh, nice. There you go. I actually won that one, so that's nice. The Stanley Parable. Oh, God. I remember these things. Oh, this is nice, isn't it? Just celebrating the Stanley Parable. That's the proper ending just there. Is there anything in the zone, sweet zone? No. I was 18. I missed those times. Yeah. I was not 18. I was... When's it? 2013? I was just a young lad myself then. can't believe it released in 2013. That's such a long time ago, isn't it? 11 years ago. So yeah, I was 24? No, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, it's 24. Smile because it happens. Lovely. A trip down memory lane. There's some old CDs there as well. Their first dollar. The first dollar they ever made. Can't play the demo, unfortunately. Unachievable. It's impossible to get this achievement. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. I think that actually was a trophy, wasn't it? Lovely. Which I imagine everyone should have by now, just by default. Oh, who played it originally. All the nominees. This is just showboating them, isn't it? You know, just saying how great we were. New video game released today. The New York Times. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Los Angeles Times. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Lovely. Right, let's go outside. Oh, little farm sheds. That's nice. Look at this lovely, lovely map they've created. Music's all picking up. Oh dear, I think I'm going to get in trouble for this one.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Love it. Absolutely love it. What new area? Don't eat the controller. Was I doing this? Yeah, I might be. I'm quite hungry. It's my lunchtime. It was way over my lunchtime. It's nearly 3 o'clock. What's down here? Memory zone maintenance. Okay, we can't go in there, but there's something on the floor. My Guardian Force gave me some ham, so I'm going to have ham tonight for dinner. Ham, egg and chips. Proper British, innit? I don't know what these are. I'm guessing it's when they were making it. Person of the Year. That's Stanley, that is. For Scott K. I don't know who Scott K is. The end is never the end. The end is never the end. Literally anything.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Right, something else just opened. This one over here? No. Oh, no. I heard a door, but... I can go through here. No? Where did I hear a door? I want to go through there. The serious room. I want to go in the serious room. Okay, we'll have to go back out. Maybe I didn't come through there. I thought I did.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before.
Oh,
What's
no.
this? What's down here? Oh no, but God no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Not Steam reviews.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Steam reviews. I do like this. This isn't even like part of the main kind of Ultra Deluxe kind of stuff either. It's just making fun of itself, which I absolutely adore. Yes, for Neil G Gaming. Thank you so much for redeeming that one. Hope you're enjoying the stream, by the way. I hope everyone's enjoying the stream.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
I do like it how...
like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
I do like it how, like, in the Hall of Memories, they had like a choir music and this lovely idyllic location. And then it's you know, they've just, and now we're in the this horrible area where things come to die.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means.
I like how he's created a time machine.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting long. Oh, Stanley.
The plant's dead.
You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing.
Oh no! Everything's gone wrong. Even the clock stopped. I can't. There's no narrator. He's gone. He's left us. Alarm's going off for some reason. That's a really annoying sound. Sorry, everyone. Hopefully it will stop in a minute. Clock's fallen off the wall.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have
still
a point.
moaning.
It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful...
He's gone again. He's gone again.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Oh dear, Stanley's gone wrong. Stanley's gone wrong.
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the...
How long has this gone on for? How long have I skipped as well? It was going up more and more each time, so it was like an hour and then a day and then a week and a year. How long am I skipping each time? Oh no! Oh no! Something terrible has happened outside. Oh, that's nice. Bit of daylight. There's insects, so something survived up there. Something survived. Oh! And life regrew. Birds singing. Oh, that's nice. We've kind of seen the kind of reborn of Earth. Nature finds a way. It's eerily quiet without the narrator, isn't it? Now it's gone horrible again. All the plants are dead. Something's not nice out there. We're skipping. What's out there? Oh no, this thing fell over. There's a way out. I'm guessing this is full on broken now. Yeah, that's full on broken. But we've got a way out. We've got a way out. Let's see what happened to humanity. Oh dear. It's like the only room to survive. Music's nice. Where did the narrator go, though? Where did he leave? How far have I jumped into the future? And does this end? Yes, okay, there we go. Welcome to Journey, says Lee. Oh, we're back. Oh, crikey. What does it do? Input received. What does it do, though? Ah! I don't know what this does. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. This is heaven, is it? Some brightly coloured lights spinning round. Is he push the what? Push the orange? Push the buttons. Push the buttons. I can't do this for every single one. That would take forever. This is heaven, is it? This can't be it, surely. This can't be it. Right, surely we're going to get to... it's going to spin round a minute. Unless they're turning on. They are. They're turning back on. What is this? What is this madness? What do I do? What do I do? I don't like... Oh, God. Sorry, I just hurt myself there with that one. Sorry, guys. I don't know what to do. This is hell. I don't know what to do. It's just telling me to push the buttons. Do I push the white ones? These look a bit like nicer buttons. There's another one there. Push the buttons. Push the buttons. Push the buttons. What is this ending? This is horrendous. It's getting bigger though, right? There was only like 3 before. Now there's like 6 walls. Do I have to line them up? Ah. Right, here we go. Wait for the red again. No, they are spinning. They're just spinning the other way, aren't they? I thought they were stationary. Right, here's a red. Here's a red. Here's a red. No, it didn't do anything. This is mad. Do I have to just quit? It's just it's just telling me to push the button, so I don't know what to do. I'm trying not to do this too fast because that actually just, it really, really hurts people's eyes when I do that. And probably someone... I'm never going to get around a full loop unless I do like a proper spin attack, which will hurt everyone's eyes, so I don't want to do that. I'm spamming that A button. No, this isn't it. It's such a massive loop. This is not it. Not that button. I think I need help with this one. I think I need some help with this one. I do not. There's something behind that one. There's something there. The only way is to restart. Oh, God's sakes. Exit. Actually, proper exit or begin new game? That's the question, though. Begin new game again or quit to menu? All right, begin the game again. We're here. So that's what happens if you do that then. So now I know. Which I'm not going to do again. But I've got that now forever.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible?
It's telling me to press the machine.
They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Push the buttons. Push the buttons. Well, the new content, everyone. I'm carrying on, by the way. I'm going for a longer stream. I'm having a lot of fun with this game.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
There's 432. Okay. Oh, a new lift. No, this is the little thing, isn't it? The little tour. What have you got for me, narrator? What's new? What's this new content? Looks the same as the old content.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Whoa! Look at this, Investor Showcase.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Got new computers as well, they've upgraded. Let's go to the Investor Showcase, shall we, of the Stanley Parable 2.
Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
I love this. They're back, the two doors. It's so well written. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. The hotness. Stanley Parable 2. All the different design choices they went for as well. I do like it. Thanks for attending my meeting. Here's a slide. It's just a PowerPoint slideshow, isn't it? It's the Google Sheets version, but yeah, they just took a screenshot of the whole thing. Absolutely love that. Push the buttons. Absolutely love that. Well done, game.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Oh, that's a fancy stage, isn't it? New features. Let's have a look. New content. Can I watch it? I want to be part of this. I want to watch the new features. Okay, they got the wall there for photos as well. Love it. We'll just snake around here. Right, let's try out some of these new... Wow, look at this. They put the effort in there, haven't they?
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
So what have we got? Oh, this music's quite nice. The reassurance bucket. New feature. Merch, everyone. There's merch there for the... I saw the new content. The end is never the end. Fantastic. What have we got here? No screenshots, please. The Stanley Parable 2. There's Stanley for you. What else have we got? We got collectibles now. Jump circle. We've seen the jump circle. The infinite hole. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Okay. Maybe we'll go for that one first. See if it can work out my name. That's a sound I've not heard in a long, long time. What was it? What was that? What was that? Why was that coming through? Red is the new orange. A whole new office. Look at that, new textures. Why does this sound come through here? Very strange. But yeah, there's any youngsters in the chat, you probably won't know what that sound is, but that's the sound all of us knew. This is what we want. Whenever, basically, our speakers at home could predict when we were getting text messages or phone calls coming in, because it would always play that sound before the call.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
I reckon I'm having a bit of a jab at Fallout 4 here. But yeah, with that as well, you could buy phone holders with little lights in it back then as well, and it would use that signal coming in, whatever created that sound, to make the hand light up as well. So it wouldn't make any sound, but it would just flash up if you were about to get a call or a text message back in the day. So, road to the perfect button. Too big, too small, just right. Well, let's go and find out this amazing button. See if it can do it. Or what you got on your little, whatever it is. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Here we go, everyone. Try it here.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
I am Jim.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I am Jim.
Jim.
Wow.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again. Jim. Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Right, let's go find out. I love this massive hall for that tiny little button. Massive area they created. Right, let's go and find out what else next is in the Stanley Parable 2. Oh, there was that thing as well we saw. Yeah, we won't go through that
I
yet.
suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
What's this? Why is that 2 there and replace the other 2s? Enjoy the new features. You heard Jim in the game. There we go. The button that says Jim. This is all changed. That's Jim. Absolutely love it. Right, we'll go through this way. What else is there in this new game? Oh, the reassurance bucket as well. We've got that one. Achievements. Free, new and easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. Let's do it. Free achievement. Get yours right now. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Oh, they are definitely taking the mickey out of Bethesda now.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I'll see you later, Archduke. Thanks so much for being here, as always, and I'll see you on the next one. Which should be... me again, but with Rosie this time, playing Astrobots. What's it called? Adventures? Journey? The one that came out on PlayStation 5. I'm getting the platinum for it. This should be fun.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
That's new. I love all this stuff. I absolutely love this. Collectibles. There's now collectibles in the game. Let's go and have a look at them. Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them? Collectibles. Oh.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
This is weird. I just saw this come into focus. How strange. 1 out of 6 collected. Oh, I haven't actually got anything left to hydrate on. I've completely run out. There was a dribble at the end. There was a dribble at the end there. Collect them all, so I've got to find all 6 of these collectibles now.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Music's really fun. There's loads of new features in this. Loads of new features. Let's go for the infinite hole next then, shall we? It won't end. What's in there? It's a little secret area.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get Well Someday. Oh, happy 12th birthday. I'm going to go with Get Well Someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Cool. Yeah, I won't be going much longer, and then I can finish them.
Maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Here we are. We're going to go to the endless... whatever it was. The bottomless hole. Depth infinite. Is it in there?
Stanley,
there it
here's
is.
An idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
A lot of sound, wasn't there? Right, let's go. Woo!
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on.
Perfect.
I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
The mostly infinite hole now. I do like how they changed. All the signs have been changed. Everything's different now. The mostly infinite hole. Jump down again for fun. I mean, yeah, let's just see what happens. See what he says. Why not? That's the point of this game, isn't it? It's experimenting. What would happen if is the kind of... What did she say?
Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay.
It's getting shorter.
Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Oh my god, you've started a whole new thing now. Oh.
The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Oh, great time. Amazing. I can't.
Is the teleport button not working?
Yes.
You sure? Well, I mean...
It's really not.
I really don't have an explanation. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
What?
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked
I'm
for.
trapped
It's
in the
a
hole
win
forever.
for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful...
It's gone! I'm literally trapped in the hole. Oh no. I don't want to restart. Oh. Something's happening. It's going down. I've used all the jump buttons, Jez. I've never seen this. This is awesome. Thank you so much, Sangiri, for suggesting I get back in the hole. This music is lovely. It's like out of Stranger Things. Change your perspective. Look at this. This is ridiculous. What is this? What is this? Change your perception. It's not freaky anymore. Oh, we got more scary now. Change your reality. I want to get the music right first.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using my space of mine. My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up this.
Let's get some fun music. I want some fun. Oh my god! This is such a mess.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
That was wild. Absolutely. It's happening again. I think I need to leave, surely. I can't go through. Okay, right. It's loading now. I want to get the bucket. I want to get the bucket. There we go. Right, it's loading me back in here then, so that's good.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some
Let's go get the bucket. The reassurance bucket, everyone. It's something that everyone needs in their life, and I think every game should have it as well.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true.
There
As
it
long as
is.
you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Lovely stuff. Right, there was also an epilogue as well, which we want to find.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I know what we want to do. We want to go this way. I want to see if we can enjoy the hole with me in the bucket. Or throw the bucket into the... I don't think you can drop it. There's no drop button. No drop button. Oh, I can't get back in there now. Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping I could get back in there with the bucket to see if me and the bucket could live forever in the hole. See what the game will do. I did see something, though. I wanted just to explore one last... Oh, the jump circle's back.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Can't believe I used all the jumps up. What a fool I was. What a fool. Right, where was that thing I saw? It was like a... Was it over this way? It must be over here. It's like an epilogue. Is it in here? Yeah, in here. Just want to see what this is. Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the... well, we'll figure that out later.
Oh, okay, cool. Not much with that one. So I think we've done it. We've done the hole. We've got the bucket. We've seen the button. And we've seen the collectibles. So now I think we'll head towards the exit as well. I'm just going to see what's up here. Settings World Championship. Not allowed in there. Not allowed in there. Right, we'll head to the exit now then. I'm sure there's more in here to see, but we'll just head to the exit. We'll just... On our way out. We've enjoyed the Stanley Parable 2 conference. It's been a joy. It's been fun. We've got a bucket to, you know, celebrate with, the reassurance bucket.
Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
I think so, yeah. I think so. No screenshots, everyone. Ooh.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
There we go, everyone.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
There's a collectible there.
Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
There we go. The Stanley Parable 2. This is literally the beginning of the game now. This fancy new intro as well. Lovely new music. And all there is to do is to begin the game of the Stanley Parable 2.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Stanley Parable 2.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions.
Like the balloons
call
are
a
everywhere
meeting,
now.
or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So yes, new content.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
But there's one new thing here. And that is, the reassurance bucket is now in the game.
Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Oh my god.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's
Absolutely
office.
love that they added the bucket. You can now just play the whole of the Stanley Parable with this bucket, by the way.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Was the bucket guiding him?
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
I'm just going to do one more run of this. I just want to... but I deeply implore you... I've not even scratched the surface of all the things you can do in this game.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Obviously, so the choice is the bucket's there. If you don't pick it up, you can just play like the original Stanley Parable missions. But if you pick up the bucket, that means it now goes into the bucket version of the Stanley Parable.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Stanley and the bucket.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror.
The bucket's
Had
evil.
this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Perfect. What a cool ending. Well, there we go, guys. I think that's where I'm going to call it. We've gone over today. That's the one I want. That's such a good game, isn't it? It's so much fun. And I mean, what I probably showed you, what, six different endings there? So there's a lot more to do in that game that you need to uncover and find. I imagine it's a nightmare for trophy hunters without a walkthrough anyway. But anyway, that's where I'm going to call it. Thank you all for being here and just being awesome today. It's a solo stream, so it's very different for BuddyGames because we're used to having, at least 2 of us on the channel. It's a very different environment. So yeah, in the chat is all of our socials. Do follow those if you're not already. It'd be lovely to see you there as well. That's usually we do kind of go live and things. Discord's probably the biggest one where we spend the most time on. So feel free to join our Discord if you want to. If you're new to Discord, we'll welcome you in with open arms. Until BuddyGames, I was also new to Discord. I didn't know anything about it. Now, obviously, I'm a master and pro. But yeah, it's been a really, really fun one, isn't it? Really fun. Really fun. Book of Eternityyy very, very quickly. We've got subs, Jez, Rebel Stormtrooper, GY Goliath, Girl on Fire, The Rain, Above Average Andrew, Citizen Insane. Thank you so much. We had bits from Miss Dorney, Lee, Kira, Jez, Archduke Pressure, TRG. I don't think there was anyone else. So thank you all for those. This is where someone says, well, you forgot about me. You forgot about me. How about a raid to your lovely neighbour? Oh, is Richie live, is he? Is he secretly doing a live stream? I'll happily raid into him, if he's ready for us, that is. I'll just quickly know what's next on BuddyGames. This Wednesday at 7 p.m. BST, an hour earlier than usual, I'll be doing Astrobot, the PS5 game. I've forgotten. Someone told me in the chat, and I've forgotten the bloody name of it again. Astrobot Adventures? Anyway, I'm doing Playroom. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Lee. Astro's Playroom. I'm doing the Trophy Platinum stream thingy for it because there's a new game coming out, new Astrobot game coming out. Rosie and Nico can't stop talking about the little guy. And I think it's about time I even just completed it. And Rosie says, well, since you're going to complete it, you might as well do the Platinum for it as well. So it'll be my 3rd Platinum on PlayStation. I'm not much of a trophy hunter, but I feel like this is one that everyone needs. If you have a PlayStation 5, it comes free with the PlayStation 5. You need to get the Platinum for it. That's the run. That's the rules. So that's what we're doing on Wednesday. Again, it's an hour earlier at 7 p.m. BST. I'm going to start on my own, and then once Rosie's home from work and had her din-dins, she's going to join me and help me with the plat. And then on Sunday, hopefully, fingers crossed, on Sunday, we'll be back to our normal scheduled Mass Effect 3 playthroughs with Rosie and myself as well, to try and get through that game, because it's been taking way too long. Even though we're thoroughly enjoying our time with it, brilliant game, we have got so many other plans for this year, and it's all just being held back by Mass Effect 3. So we need to move on with that game now. So yeah, that's that then. Again, thank you all for being here. It's been lovely to have you here. I'm going to see about raiding our dear friend Crunchy. Where is he? Where is he? I don't see him. I don't see him. Why don't I see him? Following? Quick filters, following. Are we not following Richie? Richie, there he is. There he is. Yeah, we are following him. That's fine. Right. We're going to start the raid now then. I haven't got any cool raid message or anything because I don't think we've set anything up like that. Oh, we have. Oh, that looks bad. It does not look like it works anymore. You can still put that there anyway. Why not? It's Richie, you know, it's fine. I'm going to start the raid. Copy that message across if you want to. And I'll see you all on the next one. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for being awesome. And see you then. Bye, everyone. I'm just going to wave until the stream catches up. I think it's caught up now. I think it's caught up. Bye. And I'm still live, so I need to stop. Bye, everyone.